Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Robert Roy. Hope you're all having a great day today. Let's make sure you can all hear me. If you would go ahead and please type the number 1 in the questions box, I would greatly appreciate it. Good afternoon to you as well, Roy. How are you today, sir? All right, very good. Good participation today. Excellent, 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 excellent. Oh, very good. I'm sure you've all watched the news, guys, and seen what's going on. So just from here, guys, in New York, and I know we've got many of you that are out in Vegas that are here with us. Our prayers and thoughts are with all of the families, I'm sure, as are yours. I was listening to a Christian radio station this morning, and they had a woman that was there for the very first time at a concert with her 11-year-old daughter. That was the daughter's first concert. And you just heard story after story of people saying that no matter who was there, everybody was looking to try to help, comfort each other, people pulling other people out of the way to safety. And it is good to see, but hearts and prayers are definitely out to all of those there. So, all right, yes, Robert, how are you, sir? Good morning, Rob and Mel. How are you? We're doing good. Robert, I hope you are as well. So, guys, let's go do this disclaimer thingy and get it out of the way. It basically says, I, me, Rob, am not an advisor, and I cannot, will not, and refuse to give financial advice. If you find a candidate, an indicator, a trade setup, something, anything that you like here today, my suggestion is you paper trade it first before ever putting 1 penny of real money into the trade setup or indicator, and then and only then would you do so if it fits your own personal risk profile and risk tolerance. Now, keep something in mind. Because I am not an advisor, that means I am not under trading restrictions. That means that I may choose to enter or exit a trade at any given time without prior notice. All right. So, guys, I was teaching over this weekend, Thursday, a couple days during last week, but on Friday, I was in Manhattan, in New York City. And if you guys saw the van run people over, well, where they arrested him was in front of the Stewart Hotel. They arrested him in the street. My seminar room was on the 2nd floor. I've got the videotape of them originally locking the guy up, putting him in handcuffs, and taking him away. So it's just really weird stuff happening, man, around the country. It's just craziness. I don't know if the hurricanes causing the high tides with the full moons are causing crazy people to come out or what. Yeah, you're right, Helen. It certainly wasn't. It certainly wasn't. All right. So, guys, here's the upcoming workshops schedule for us here. Guys, I'll let you know right now, I am not sure if I am making next Monday's Power Hour. I may have an appointment that will cause a conflict. I will not know that until a little bit later. If that does happen, guys, we will just go ahead and let you know by email, and you'll be able to just register for the next one. But I will I'll keep you guys informed if that is the case. Right, our next live Monster Market Movers is on the 19th, and of course tonight we'll be doing our E-mini Think Tank. And guys, if you want to see that video I'm talking about, and there was talk of it being terrorism, guys, we were right there. We were talking to one of the guards in the hotel who told us that the police told him it looks like terrorism. The guy wasn't stopping. Later on, they came to find out a piece of carpeting on the front of his truck got stuck, and he couldn't hit the brake. But if you want to see it, not the hit, the guy they arrested and all of that, go on my personal, not the Wealth Builders, my personal Facebook page, and you'll see the video I posted up there about that. So, all right, beautiful. So let's go ahead and take that down. So, guys, I want to go in and take a quick look at the S&P 500 first. Come on, baby. What's going on here? All right. There we go. So daily chart, guys, you can see we hit all-time highs yet again today on CME. So we've been doing absolutely phenomenal on CME. I mean, look at it. On CME, on the S&P index. Sorry, I keep saying CME. It's part of the CME is where the data comes from. 5-minute chart, guys, we had a nice pull up and a reversal back down. Not surprising. Noontime, right? So right in the midst of lunch here today. Excellent. Steele said, made some money on Tuesday NVIDIA trade. One contract held from Thursday into Friday made me $180-ish, and one held over the weekend made me $148. Excellent. Congratulations on that, Steele. Yeah, see, that's just, guys, each and every time you come back, the more you learn, the better opportunities you have, right? I'll share with you a little bit of some of what I did today. I've been a very busy boy today. No options trades that were not my covered call / diagonal trades. We had 3 or 4 absolutely phenomenal candidates over the weekend, and I took 2 of them already today. So the others I'm just waiting for the setup, as I talked about in the video. So I did some futures trades, but no other direct options trades. I did miss one that I wanted to watch, and I'll share with you guys who that was. To say I'm disappointed is an understatement with what happened with this stock, but you cannot catch them all. The really good thing is in the power option place, we've made an absolute killing. All right, so let's go ahead and you guys tell me some stocks that you're quite welcome still. Give me some stocks that you want us to look at first. Let's go through and take a look at some of those, and then we will go ahead and jump in to a couple other things here. So let's see. I will bring my Trade Navigator up. Caterpillar was the first one. Andrew put CAT in there, C-A-T. CAT has been like a freaking lion, not a cat, baby. There's no little purring going on here. There's just roars. I mean, they are doing absolutely amazing. Guys, my biggest concern is earnings coming up now, right? And traders are going to look for a reason to knock this puppy down, even if it's short term, just to give them a better opportunity to buy it. And they may use any little whisper of any negativity at all to do just that to CAT, to force them down. I'm not sure if they will be able to or not. Depends how strong the announcements are. But their earnings are coming out. And one of the things that I try to do whenever I see it is to snap a vertical blue line on earnings. And let me see if I can edit this one a little bit. All right, so it's coming up as a medium. Let me see. So I just changed it over to small dashes. I'm going to set it as the default. I don't use this line for very much of anything else, right? But that's just so visually, guys, when I'm looking at a Caterpillar now, I see that line, I know, hey, earnings are coming up soon. So those earnings, the date on them, right, is October 24th. Now, I can't tell you that that is a guarantee that it is the date, but I can tell you that that's when it's expected right now. So you definitely want to keep your eye on it. So if we're looking at 10/24, today is 10/2, we've got 22 days left. You've got enough time to trade it. So guys, I love where it is right now as far as in relationship to the 8-period moving average, the pink line, and the 124.67. So Andrew, when I look at this, first thing is I want to see my upside potential, right? And I don't know what I have this line drawn here at 127.60. Oh, I think we had that as a Fibit. That's what that was. That was a Fibit. Right, that was just a Fibit inside of there. So I'm going to delete that. I'm not a big fan of using that type of a line for Fibit. I must have been drawing it for an example that I did. But let's see. This is what I would much rather use. If I don't have it built into the chart, this is what I would rather have. All right, so 127.5 and 131 are the two upside targets. On the downside, we're looking at the 8, which is 124, right about where we are now, and then 121. You know, let me go ahead, since we're using this for our intraday, let's go ahead and update it, at least get it started. So it'll take a minute or so to update in the background, but at least we'll get a look at the candle. In the meantime, I'll go over to TradeStation and look at Caterpillar. And you can see on the day here, It's 5-minute candle, right? On the day here, it has been down to sideways on a 5-minute. So it's had a little bit of a pullback on an intraday basis. All right, so 100%. Final updating. Come on, do, finish. Thank you. All right, so you can see we've had a little bit of a drop down, guys. We're right at the 8. So my zone right now, my area of contention here is between the Fibonacci and the 8-period moving average. That's our zone that we're looking for a bounce off of. We have had, where we've stalled a bunch at the top here. So that's a little bit concerning there to see that. We've had this hesitation there. But if we break to the downside, guys, we would need a Fibon inside of here also. So right about 123 and 121 would be the two downside targets. All right, so that's what we have, Andrew, on CAT. Guys, let's take a look at, let's see, Joan was asking for Apple for the current fibs and why. Joan, when you said current fibs, you're welcome, Andrew. When you say current fibs, are you asking me to do this on an intraday chart, or are you looking at the daily chart? I'm assuming it's daily, but just make sure that, okay, daily, perfect, all right. So earnings coming up, so let's go snap a line on earnings right away. All right, so the earnings are coming out. Come on. October 24th. All right, is when they're expected. So Apple, Joan, I've got my fib drawn back here from July 27th up to August 2nd on my fibs. Right? We broke through the 764, but the 882 is the number that I used for violating on the close for it's time to redraw. And that is because we added the Fibonacci 4-step. We used to use the 618, but the Fibonacci 4-step has become such a great trade, we don't redraw the fibs yet. If we get that bounce off of it, we wait for the 882 violation on the close, this green line. We push back up, and right now we're sitting, and this is intraday, we're sitting right at a major moving average / Fibonacci line. We're at the 50% retracement level, and we're sitting right at the EMA, which is 154, and then we're looking at 153.53. So they're about 50 cents apart, okay? So 152 and 150 and a quarter are the two downside targets, Joan. I like what Apple is setting up right now as a potential bearish trade. Let's go here and put it on a 4-pack and see what we've got. Oof, wowzer. Okay, yeah, it's just not looking pretty at all. Good collapse below these lows on that breakout bar, that breakout candle. All right, so if we look at an options chain on Apple, see, I don't know why it doesn't play nice sometimes. All right, so here's Apple. So guys, I'd be looking out for 1 month personally is what I would be going for. So you've got 32 days right now out there. I don't have all the options showing. Let me just shift over to all. Just easier when I do my analysis on my covered calls to not have all of it. Just too busy on there. So right now, I'm looking for about that 69 delta, guys, 67 delta. So I've got a 148 and 147, and I've got a 67 delta versus 70. 65 is the minimum that I want to see, right? But then I've got 64, right? So 64 and 67. So I'm looking at 695 versus 760 is my cost for the 49 versus the 48. Guys, normally I don't get into the option chain here. Let me grab my pen. But this was an important one that I thought it would make sense, the 148 and the 149s. So the 148s would cost me 760. The 149s will cost me 695. 695. All right, so let me do it. Let me do that here. And what was it? 64 and 67, right? Okay, so let me just redraw it right here, right? So if we look, the $148 call is going to cost me $7.60 with a delta of 67. The $149 call is going to cost me $6.95 with a delta of 64. Now 64 violates my rule that says I should be at 65 or higher, 65 to 85. Well, here's the problem I have with this scenario. If we look at our numbers, you have $7.60 gives me all the right delta, but I can get it a smaller delta for $6.95. Well, guys, that's a $1 increment on the strike price, 148 to 149. In an ideal world, I would want to pay less than half of what I'm getting out of it. And what I mean by that is to get another dollar of intrinsic value to go to 148, I'd like to ideally not pay more than 50 cents. That doesn't mean you'll always get it, right? So in this scenario, I've got 65 cents. So for me to get $1 of intrinsic, I've got to pay 65 cents for it. The question comes down to be for that one delta point off that we missed by, is it worth investing another $650 on 10 contracts to make an extra $3 if the stock moves $1 in your direction? To make $30 if it moves 10, you see where I'm going with this? There's not that big a number in here for that difference for what I'm paying for. $10 would make it very much worth my while. But if you have a $2 or $3 point move to the downside, is it? And I'm looking calls instead of puts. My bad. I should have been looking at puts. I'm just so used to Apple going up recently. Yeah, and open interest has to play a big part into it also, Joan. I didn't get that far, right? So that was Joan, right? Yeah. I just didn't get that far in the calculations to show the numbers yet, but you're absolutely right, Joan. There's no OI on any of them at all. And part of that is this is probably not the biggest, the most recent option chain forum. And when I say most recent, remember they add weeklies all the time. So this is out now 4 weeks, almost 5. But it should be the puts that we're focused on anyway, not the calls. So we'll go back and look for that delta. I've got a 65 delta with 157, and it's going to cost me 723. Guys, I don't have the $1 increments there. I really was just trying to amplify. Let me bring it back up. If you have that close where your delta is off by a little bit, but I am looking at a big dollar amount between the 760 and the 695. In this scenario, I'm looking at 65 cents, right? Let's see, 0.65 is my difference, right? If I'm looking at that big of a difference, more than half of the difference between the two strikes, then I would probably want to be very cautious and make a determination that, yeah, the 64 would be okay for me. All right, so, and I was analyzing with a friend of mine earlier today a bullish trade on Apple. He was actually looking at doing some spread type stuff on there. But anyway, regardless, we weren't worried about the open interest on it. But on this one here, the 157.5, you've got plenty of open interest, 157 of the OI. All right, so now with that being said, let's go back and look at this chart. Guys, 152 and 150 are the two downside targets. If Apple violates and moves up, 155 and 157 are the two upside targets. Hopefully that helps, Joan. Paul is asking for MU. MU is a great candidate, guys, as far as I'm I'm a big fan with MU on covered calls, diagonal spreads. I mean, it's got some great value to it. MU is on our list this week, I believe. Let me see. Some of my monitors, it's very hard to move things around because you can't get full screens just because of the GoToWebinar doesn't like to give full screen. Let's see. Let me just take a quick look here. We did not have them on our list this week on MU, and that probably because they're just too far away on from a moving average to try to take advantage of that. It's just too big of a move up for me to put this one on our list. So, and this was all after earnings, guys. So because of the earnings pullback, we've got a great place to draw our fib from. Let's do that one again. I grabbed the wrong fib tool. All right, so we pushed up to the negative 2 grade 0 line breakout trade. Nice move to the upside. Right, so this was not Joan, this was Paula. Paula, if we push up that $40 level, 40.32 and 42.63 are the two upside targets. Downside, we're looking at 37 and 34, right? 34 being this next fib down here. All right, let's see. Robert, Fizz, F-I-Z-Z. Let's see. What do we have? Volume. All right. I'm not familiar with the company. I love the pattern, but I'm looking. I wanted to go back and pull volume to see where we at. A little bit lower than I personally like, 282,000. And the reason I'm checking is I just don't know who they are, and I should if they're a $100 stock and I'm not trading them. The answer is why. National Beverage Corp. Right, Fizz, F-I-Z-Z, cool name for it, right? So when we look, guys, as far as a Fibonacci goes, this move up was the best fib move. The question is, did we violate? Well, actually, let's see. Let's do this. Let me just start drawing some lines, all right? So we've got this move here. You've got this one here, which is nothing. We should just delete that one out. Right? We have this move here. The bearish one here doesn't really count. This one here, guys, really goes up to there. Well, not really. It goes up to here because of that wick. But then we also have this one here. And you know what? Let me do it this way. Why go back and do the work twice? So I got $18 move and I've got a $16.68 move. So that $18 move, the second one, that the closest to the right, is the bigger move. Now the bigger question comes in. Did we violate the 882 in here if we were to do this? Barely got through the 764. Guys, be careful when you draw that fib. Watch what I mean by that. I'm going to redraw it again. I'm going to mess it up, right? I'm going to draw it from here to here, and it's on Trade Navigator, and that's what I want to draw it to. But if I move my mouse backwards just a little, watch what happens. Right? You see there are no blue lines on the bottom. I'll snap down and so you can see my mouse moving around a little bit. There are no blue lines or red lines or anything rather down below this 111.74. Right? Now if I delete that and do it again, if I bring it to that wick but I slip to the left just a little bit by 1 day, see what happened? We get all these red numbers down here. What's happened is it inverted the fibs. It put all the negatives on the bottom. So be very careful when you have tight fibs, meaning you don't have a lot of days in between, be very careful that you don't mess it up when you're drawing it. That's all. Still, it does that because it assumes you just drew it the wrong way and now it's going backwards to measure, I guess. I would never draw fibs that way. I don't know why it does it exactly. I don't have a reason for it trading-wise, but now that you know it, at least you're aware of it. So, guys, we're in a really good place with a fib right now. Let's go over to the moving average one. Okay. No, no use for it still. Now, let me rephrase that. None that I can come up with to use it. How about that? Okay. So let's see. Good move up, pull back to the 764, close below, bam. 1 or 2 days, we push right back to the 618. Great move back up. Big fail yesterday. Actually today, they're down 727 today. That's about 6%, 6.5% on this stock. That's some move. So let's see, 111 to 116. I'm assuming they're optionable. Maybe they may be optional. Maybe they're not weeklies. Let's go find optionable stocks. All right, so they are optional. That's good. Let's see. Their Fibit is about $7. So 112 to 1. So I don't need a Fibit in here. So right now, Robert, it looks like we're looking at that 116 and 112 level as our support lines. Monthly zone. Yeah, thank you, Robert. I didn't see them on the weeklies, but once I did, and I went, oh, I really hope they're optionable because I do like the company. I think you're going to hesitate around that 113-ish level, wherever this brown line is at that time, right? But the 111.74 we've been to on an extremity before on that long stretch. So I could see us back down there again on that same move. If it does violate, then we're going to need to consider where to redraw the fib. So in other words, if this stock continues down and moves down to here before it starts to bounce, we're going to have to redraw the fib at some point on it. Just out of curiosity, Robert's saying that there's only monthlies on this. So if I went out to October's too soon, let's see, no open interest on either calls or puts. I got to go to the Jans. Yowzer, okay. So on the puts, I got nothing with intrinsic value that has enough open interest. And my guess is December of 18 is April or December of 18 is not going to help any. So Robert, I would have to, if I was doing this, I would only be doing spreads on it, since I'm not seeing enough open interest. Unless you're going to day trade it, let's see if there's anything for the front month. And we've got a 62 delta with enough open interest. We've got an at the money option, 115-ish, that has enough open interest. And the front month is not so bad on the options, 485, 520, 590, 620. It's not horrible. But credit spreads, I wonder if you could do anything on a spread. Guys, you could switch the option chain over to do a vertical spread. So if we were looking to do, as an example, a bearish trade here, so I'd be looking at maybe something higher than 116. Let's say we close down below that 116 level, which is what I'm looking for. If we make a close below the 116, so I'm looking at 117-ish. Front week. So I got a 118 And we'll make it any bigger. At 118.5, 120. On the call spread that I could get 58 cents for if I go with the midpoint. And then it's on the bear call. On the bull put, yeah, I probably wouldn't turn it to an iron condor. So you're looking at about 58 cents for the next 20 days or so. Okay, so Robert said I've been doing good with it with diagonals on. Yeah, and there you go, Robert. That's what I'm saying. A spread, because I really don't have the open interest on the put side. I don't. Did we have them in January on the calls? Let me turn this back to single. Yeah, on the call side, we're okay. I can get the open interest. That's front month. Here's Jan. I've got one or two. There's a 72 there. Plenty of open interest. A little big on the bid-ask spread. But yeah, the 105s Robert's saying. Yeah, that's exactly it, Robert. That's exactly what I'd be looking at. It's just that. It'd be nice if there were weeklies against it instead of monthlies, because we don't have a lot of months left until January. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Steele's asking for Alibaba. Yeah, it'd be really nice, Robert, if they had the weeklies. I had someone in my workshop this week whose last name was Ma, which is Jack Ma from Alibaba. And someone asked him if he owned it. It's like, oh, okay. The guy was like 22 years old. Do you own Alibaba? No. All right, Alibaba. Guys, I like the pattern. I like that we had the high that pushed up to the 177. The last high got higher. All right? Nice pull down. We're above the 8 and the 21. We're pulling back a little bit today. If we can get that bounce, guys, 177 and 185. Oh, 177, 185, my two upside targets. Robert said that his mod does not own Baba either. Very good, Robert. Very good. I got you, brother. Downside, guys, if we violate and break 170, 166 is where I see the downside on Alibaba. Let's see. Paula's one AMAT. All right, guys, what a great move on AMAT. So it's already passed, but I'm just going to start marking them right there. So that's where our earnings were, just for a reference, right? So August 17th. So November 17th-ish. You're welcome about Fizz, Robert, for looking at it. No worries. Let's see. So, Paula, as far as AMAT goes, let's see. I'm a little far away from the moving average to want to take the trade on it. Let's go and look at big picture. We're at all-time highs. So that right there, I don't want to say concerning, but because that's not the word, but it should definitely bring pause to me getting too crazy right here. So let's see if we measure one. So let's go and run an ABC pattern on it. And I'm going to come from this bottom here. So we've already hit our 100% on this at this point as well. So we've already made that move up. So what we can do, we can edit this because I don't have the lines added in. I only keep the 3 normally turned on. So we can add a 1.272, which we've just hit today, and a 1.618. So 1.618's got a great confluence with the 618 line from the fib at that 54.32 to 54.64. So 32-cent difference in there, which is perfect, right? Then we get to the 1.272. Not a whole lot around. Not a lot of stuff to help support it at that level, but we've hit it, guys. We've pushed up into there. I'd be a little cautious on this one. On applied material there, Paula, until we get a pullback to the moving average, which is right now about 49.5, and a bounce, that would be a lot better place to enter. Is there? I don't really have a new place to redraw from yet, but the fib we have is still fine. Okay, let's see, Max. We already did MU. You're quite welcome, Paula. We already did MU Max. Let's see. Oh, Steele said just missed an H on Tesla. So I'm assuming we had an intraday H on it. Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. Love it. I love that you caught it, Steele. That's the bigger part. Pushed up to the 50, failed. Let's see, 339.47, 338.54, 337. Guys, that's a really nice move because basically what we're doing is we're going to buy it as it hits that 50 and rolls over. We're going to buy a put, excuse me. Whew. It's been a long trading day already. We're going to sell to close 4 contracts right there. We're going to sell to close 3 contracts right there. Okay, that's interesting. So it says it is not connected to the trade server. Well, that is frickin' weird. Okay, I don't know why. But we would sell 3 at the next line there. So we'd already be out of 70% of our trade, 75% of our trade, 70% of our trade by the time we got to that second line. So we're good. We're good. So love the catch there, Steele, on that. That's fantastic. But you're right, we did miss it. Right? Well, miss it. It started at 11:30 is when it rolled over. So started the rollover. Let's see. Where are we at here? All right. Okay. So. Guys, a couple things I wanted to show you here. Let's see. So WBHQ-TV. You guys have asked. I have finally started being able to get some of some other things up here on the technical analysis tab. We've got a couple of power hours. I am going to upload the rest of them and put those on there. The power hours, although on this page I may have to, I've got a meeting tomorrow with my web guy, so I'll see. I may have to limit the number I can put up there, so I might only show the last 4 of them, just to not have things all over the page, right? For some reason, Facebook will still not allow me, no matter what computer I do it from, on my personal account or on the Wealth Builders HQ, they will not allow me to upload a video. I don't know why. I have no idea. So I did the Trade Along Tuesday was done on YouTube, and I put a link on Facebook to it, guys. So there it is. Right? I've got a couple of the futures videos that we're going to get up here as well. But we did get those up there finally. I started getting some groundwork with it. So we'll find out tomorrow on the Power Hour stuff. I have all the videos. I just haven't been able to post them all time-wise to that, right? So they're all up there, guys. I want to show you a couple of things I did today. And, guys, I can't wait to get into the E-minis tonight to show some of this. But we had an upside-down H pattern today on YM. Wasn't big numbers, but the pattern was there. It came down to this 618 once, came down, tested twice, and bounced. And, guys, if you look, okay, so to do this trade required $5,000 on my part, and we were able to pick up $560 in profit on that trade. Right, we were able to make $560, so just about 10% after commissions on there, and let's see, yeah, so it's just about 10% after commission. So I'm excited about that kind of move today. That's for sure. Never going to hear me complain about 10% intraday. And I did get stopped out of my last contract, guys, as it pulled back here. As it pulled back into this range, I was stopped out because I sold 4, then 3, then 2, and I got stopped out on this candle right here. All right? I've got a couple of futures trades that I did, but I'll show you just one more. I was very excited today when yesterday when going to a new Costco we have by us and saw that gas was about 30 cents a gallon less at Costco, at least than 30 or 35 cents less than I had been paying. Then I started driving my way back yesterday, and now I'm looking at gas stations comparing the price, and I see that, yeah, I'm seeing gas as low as $2.55 a gallon. So 20 cents is not anything to sneeze at, right? I was already there. So I'll take the savings, better in my pocket than theirs. But gas has started to drop in value, right? This was yesterday. So today, as I'm looking at natural gas, and guys, this is natural gas. It opened up, you can see right here. If I just put my mouse on it, there's 9:29, which is Friday. And then right here is 10:01, which is Sunday, right? So this right here, we open up. Right, 6:05, so that's the 6 p.m. open candle, 6:05 close candle. And we came down to this low right here from Friday. Came down to that low right here, right? And then we did it yet one more time without breaking. But what I noticed now, though, was this. It looked like we had some higher highs here. We had a high there, rather. A lower high here. And then even lower highs here. Now I'll zoom in. All right. And what happened? I just want to see what... Here's the last down arrow, guys. Here's the last up arrow, right? Okay. Let me zoom in now. So so here this morning it is 10 to 7. I'm not ready to trade at 10 to 7. I'm trading at 7, right? 7 a.m. is what I am looking for. But I'm excited that we had broken through that point. right? We push back up to resistance. Now I like it a lot more. Not only do we push up to resistance, we've got, you know, an upside down hammer on here, right at resistance, long wick, which basically tells me that the bulls could not hold on, right? And that arrow that I had over there was on this candle right there, right? That was the actual entry into the trade, right? And we were in right at the end of the day, which was 2.996. We'll take it right in the lowest low of the day, guys. But I took bearish contract. Now I only do 4 contracts at that point. Right? I only do 4. I'm in. Big push down. Yes, home run. Sideways for 6, 7 candles. Big push down. And then we start the stair step. Guys, what it takes, and we started this workshop, right, 12 o'clock, what it takes for me to get out of this trade are 2 candles that push above and close above the 8-period EMA. So where is that going to be? When I was setting this workshop up, because I had set this all up, but I had looked at this. This is right at 10 to 12, just as we're getting ready to start. And on the close, we're looking at 2.907 was the exit. But if we look up here at the open, well, let's say the closing price, 2.996. Well, 907 to 996, guys, that's 90 ticks. It's a 90 tick move. I had 4 contracts with a 90 tick move. It's a $3,600 move, guys, from 7 a.m. until just about, we'll call it 12. 5 hours, $3,600 move on natural gas today. Not too shabby. Guys, we talk about this all the time in the E-mini think tank. If you're not enrolled, you definitely want to get there. Guys, there's a 2-week trial to it, and you'll find it right on our members page. You'll see that you can enroll for the 2-week trial. Right, you'll find it in the store also. But members page, guys, you just scroll through and you're going to find the various. See, there's E-mini think tank. Right, 2-week trial if you haven't taken it already. If you have, don't do it again because it will charge your credit card. It knows you've done it. Right, go ahead and get enrolled for it and take advantage of it. Right, and just come hang out with us a little bit and learn a little bit more about it. Yeah, Steele, I know you can make them hidden. It's just way too much work. Right, I was just hoping Facebook was going to be nice, play nice with me. We'll upload it to the YouTube channel. And I went ahead on Facebook and I posted it on Facebook then that we were there, that you can come and get it from there. And I put a link to it. And then I'll put them also on the WBHQ page, the TV page. I'll put them up here as well. Right? So that was on it was on NVIDIA. It was on NVIDIA last week. See, short, guys, 3 minutes, 34 seconds is all that was. All right? All right. Let me move that back out of the way. Very cool. All right. So Bill had asked me to take a look at Netflix, so let me go look at that one. All right, Netflix has been one very ugly puppy, guys. Looking like a double top pattern in there. Failure. Moving average is about to cross. Big push down today. $3 already to the downside. It's still in it's a neutral bias right now with the moving averages, so I would day trade it only. But I'm looking at that 175 to 173.5 level as being my support, as being my place of contention of time to get out, right? Time to get out of this trade. So I'm looking to day trade it. If we, it's already made a big move today, but if we can get a pullback a little bit today, back up towards the 180 and a failure again, I'll take it today and be out by the close of business. And if tomorrow we get a pullback, let me phrase that. If we get a pullback today and close near the 180 and roll over, oh yeah, it's Katie bar the doors. I'm all over like white on rice tomorrow to trade the downside on it. Right? When are their earnings? They're soon. So that's another reason to just be day trading it anyway. Earnings at 10/16, guys. We're right at that 14-day mark, so we're right at 2 weeks for earnings to be coming out. So be a little bit cautious. Be a little bit cautious on anything with Netflix if you're trying to hold it overnight. Right? The manipulation of the options pricing can come in any day. Let's see. So they recently changed around the they recently changed around what you can do or how you do things on the option chain, right? On TradeStation. I am not a fan of what they've done. Right? I think they're really messing things up. Right? Let's see. You used to get a fair value on here. That's gone. They're not giving you any fair value any longer, so you don't know if the option is overvalued or not in there. Right, so they've made some changes to their option chain that I think have not benefited the customer. That's part of why I'm looking at a Thinkorswim. I don't have it open on this computer. It would kill it. Between GoToWebinar and TradeStation is devastating, the resources the two take together. All right, so let me do this. All right, so guys, I just dropped 2 links in your chat box there. If we bring back this page, guys, this right here, when we talk trends, guys, this right here, this indicator set is fantastic. I've been spending a little bit of time on it's called the Trend Outlook Library. It's included if you have the Wealth Builders HQ version of Trade Navigator. Right? And then, guys, we're still offering for a few more days now. If you do get Trade Navigator, we're going to include my moving average crossover template for free. Right? The templates, the indicators, all of that. And it will be linked to your account. So when you do a download, you will have the indicator already installed. It's WBHQ moving average crossovers, right? And then you'll also have the Trend Outlook Library installed when you do your setup. So questions, just send it to support@wealthbuildershq.com and we'll get it taken care of for you. Yeah, Robert says TOS does eat resources. I do like it a lot, though. Yeah, I think it's a great platform, Robert. I really do. I haven't spent the time on it. Can you run it, Robert, on multiple monitors? Like I do here, I run all my templates on different monitors from TradeStation. Because I have it installed on my laptop. I have not even installed it on this desktop. And multiple sessions, too. Okay, wow. All right, that's interesting. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, like I said, next week we may or may not have Power Hour. I will let you know if you're registered for it. If you're registered for it, I will let you know that we're not going to have it. I'm going to change a little bit the way we do the Power Hour registration now. When I work with the web guy tomorrow, and Mel doesn't even know this at this point, but what I'm going to do is instead of having the ability to enroll for one of them, I think I'm going to have the ability for you to enroll to the next 4. So down on the bottom, the registration would be by date. So the box will say 9/1, 9/8, or 9/7, 14, 9/21, 9/28, right? You just click on which one you want to register for, and then if you're just here and you say, I'm just going to register for all of them, great. You can register for all of them then at that point, right? We'll just keep changing it every week and add a new one in there. But then this way, there's going to be a little less confusion. So we're going to set it up that way to register for the free power hour. Yeah, it will be nice, Robert, once we get it set up that way. So, but I'll deal with the web guy tomorrow on it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Go ahead and get yourselves registered for the free trial on E-mini Think Tank. Go ahead and take a look at the charting software, guys. And if you're already using Trade Navigator and you want access to the moving average crossovers that I have, it's a $99 indicator set, guys, lifetime. So once Genesis turns it on, you are programmed with it forever. All right? Thanks, Robert. You have a great week as well. Roy, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless. Yes, Demetrius, the E-minis are archived. So once again, if I go to my members page here because I'm registered, right, and I go to E-mini Think Tank, normally, Demetrius, what I do, here's all the tutorials, right, and then down at the bottom are the last 4 E-mini Think Tanks. So normally what I will do is tonight after we're done, Demetrius, I will be sitting here watching a TV program, and I will be doing the downloads and the uploads, and I'll change this around. I will delete the August 28th. I'll move the 11th over. I'll move the 25th up, and I'll add a new one here for tonight for 10/2. So they stay up there, Demetrius, for 4 weeks. So even when you register, you get 2-week trial, but you get to go back and watch the last 4 weeks at the same time because I don't block them from you. I don't care. Just go watch them. I'm encouraged that you go there because I think once you see it, you're going to want to continue with what we do. Mel tracks our trades every single week, guys, and we kick tail. Robert said, did you get the email? I don't know, Robert, because I have been gone all week. I just got back on Sunday, so I haven't checked anything yet for that. So I will check with her on that. All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you all at our next Power Hour, and I know I'll see a bunch of you this evening as well. Sorry, Rolando said, Lisa said you had too many people sign up for Pop Live webinar. Can we sign up for a service and have access to the recordings only? I can't, Rolando. Actually, one of my affiliates, when I dropped the price as much as I did, one of my affiliates guaranteed me every spot in there. They were going to sell it at full price and take the difference for themselves. So we just don't have the access in there. I agreed to give them that first shot at it. So there's nothing we're going to be able to do with it right now. What you can do, Rolando, is just send Lisa an email that you're interested in getting on a waiting list. And as soon as we get past that, we will reach out to everybody. But the decision is going to be quick. Hey, Rolando, you're going to get an email. Are you interested? Here's a link. Sign up now because, in 1 hour it could be gone because we're only going to have so many spots available. Not that I know, Demetrius. Not that I know of. All right, there we go, folks. Have a great day. Bye now.